You ain't got fucking you ain't got Darkim here to save you now, bitch. Shut the
Can't forget that. But you know, I had to come back because I can't let it go. Gee, I don't, you know. I guess this is petty. But I can't let this go. You know, this is a whole side issue. This is not, you know, don't let this cloud the issue. But, yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear this here. Let me turn the speaker up here. See if y'all can hear this here. On the paperwork initially. But like I mentioned, as soon as it was done, I made sure that I reached out to nation stakeholders around the country, men and women, and asked them to participate in the process of creating a body so that it can be transferred over in terms of ownership of a collective. When I say ownership of a collective, that doesn't mean to transfer. Listen to this one more time. Transfer ownership into the movement and ask them to participate. Because I initiated it, I had to put my name on the paperwork initially. But like I mentioned, as soon as it was done, I made sure that I reached out to nation stakeholders around the country, men and women, and asked them to participate in the process of creating a body so that it can be transferred over in terms of ownership of a collective. I hate to be petty. But in this new system here, see, this is why we can't have ranks. This is why we can't have ranks. Cause see, in this new system, right, where we have nation stakeholders, we have these, you know, this is, you know, we no longer run a Hotep channel over here. So, yeah, but this, I know this is going to rub some people the wrong way. The goddesses will be upset. But I need to see this list. I need to see this group of women that outrank me. I need to know who's on the list. I can't let it go. I can't let it go. I need to understand, how does this work? Like, do they give us orders? Can they give me orders? Like, that's not going to work. That's not. I need to see who is in this group of women that outrank me. And not for nothing, I'm saying all of the different brothers, you know, that I know, that, you know, if we was going to do ranks, that I would say, you know, if they was up there and I was down here, I would be like, yes, that's understandable. None of them appear to be nation stakeholders either. Atif said I'm top 70. So that's what I'm saying. Am I still, you know, am I even a pro? Am I in the G League now? Where's my rank? Am I world class? Am I world class? Because listen, listen, God, I gotta see this. I gotta see it. I gotta see it. I can't let it go. God, listen.
if some people is on this list and I'm not, somebody's gonna have to run the fade with me, son. Somebody's gonna have to run the fade with me. I don't care. Listen, I don't have a particular individual in mind, but I'm gonna have to get that off my chest. I'm gonna have to. I can't let that go. We need to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Who is this group of people that outrank the God? I'm not getting them. Like, I don't even listen. You can get a professional fighter. Just I got to get it off my chest. Like, there's certain people that if they made the list and I didn't, we gonna have to run the fades. We gonna. Can't take it. You telling me knowing that we don't teach that class? I mean, look, I've been listening. I've been doing that too, Wise. I've been trying to think of all the different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was out of town. So, I just missed because I was out of town. But, maybe the guy, you know what I'm saying, he didn't have my new number. He didn't have my new number, you know what I'm saying? I don't think we never emailed. I've thought of all that. I've reached into the recesses of my brain to look for a reason that there would be a list of nation stakeholders and I wouldn't be on it. I'm just this is I can't believe it. And see, I'm that way. It's the small things about this. It's this certain love. Want to love a lot, all right? Yeah, I don't know who the stakeholders is. I need to, listen, I just want to see just who the list is. I just want to see. Like, who are these people, right? You know what I'm saying? With, like, I can't, listen, nobody from Random Jews made the list. This is, listen, I'm not going to be able to let this go. I apologize. I don't. But between that, and another point that I realized about this is that, Joe, you know something? If you're not from New York, you really shouldn't be with this. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you're not from New York and you didn't come to New York to get the knowledge, or nobody from New York came to where you at to give you the knowledge, then you had this shit chopped up. Period. Listen, there was a time when that was like a common thing that we used to do. We used to line y'all up. We used to line y'all up. Look, we used to say, yo, them brothers from out of town. That's what it used to be common. Yo, them brothers from out of town, they ain't really got this knowledge. They ain't got this. They not on point. And we used to see y'all at the rally. You could tell the brothers from out of town, right? Because look, they standing in front of the rally, middle of the steps, or they right there as soon as you walk in, they in the auditorium like this. They got all this shit they done bought. They done bought every paper, every t-shirt, every sticker, they done bought everything. They got it all with them right here. And as if you didn't know who he was, right, that you already was from out of town, they go ahead and tell you. Hey guys, it's my first rally. Oh yeah, it's your first rally? Smoky quality guy? Yeah? Come on guys, let's go over here across the street, guys. I got some quality. Nah, over here in the projects. Got him. Press one in the comment box if you've ever been lined up like that. Hold on for a second. Let me, cause look, we all been there. Listen, I've been there my damn self. You know what I'm saying? You know, come back here, guys. Now we going in the park. So now back here, guys. Back here by the handball courts. Man, everybody get on the square. We should line y'all up, G. We knew, listen, when it was just a certain point when, you know, the population of brothers out of town started growing to the point where a lot of y'all started coming. See, people typing one. Everybody, listen, we do that on purpose, man. Listen, you seen, what was that movie, Training Day? Nigga said, man, you been playing this all day, haven't you? Nah, nigga, we been playing this for decades. You know what I'm saying? Right here on this channel, right? How many of us had this chopped up before December 2020? How many of us had this chopped up? How many people wasn't studying? How many people never studied? How many people had Muslim lessons? Now, what if we put a cease and desist order on all you motherfuckers because y'all was giving us a bad name wearing our flag? Saying our name. What if we put a cease and desist on all you motherfuckers? Giving us a bad name. We ain't manifesting this shit, right? You see how that shit doesn't work, son? See, theoretically, it sounds good. But what I'm telling you is none of y'all will have the knowledge then, G. If you got mathematics, any of y'all that got mathematics, if it's written down, you're supposed to be fooled. The mathematics in the alphabet was never supposed to be written down. What if we put a cease and desist order on all you motherfuckers? Yeah, Ron Do, yeah. I know the guy Ron Do, without question. But see, what did we do, God? What did we do, God? We didn't tell y'all motherfuckers that. I know what happened. See, y'all came out here, y'all met the firstborn. Y'all met the brothers that walk with Allah, and they told y'all, oh God, you from over there? You ain't got the knowledge. Saying what you doing? How you got out here? So you got a car to get back? Alright, God, come stay in my house, God. Nah, I got you, God. You ain't got to spend no money. Nah, you don't need that. You don't need no food, God. Your earth. Yeah, make something up. Get the God off. Okay, we're gonna start here. 1964. That's how y'all got it. That's how y'all got it. Y'all was able to come out here and stay in brothers' rest. And they gave it to you mouth to ear. They didn't put a cease and desist order on you. Some brothers don't even recognize the people they got the knowledge from where they at. Like it's brothers from outside of New York, right? That they got the knowledge where they from. But it was all chopped up. They never got it right until they came here. So it's the people here that they say gave them the knowledge. So yeah, we're gonna point out that you haven't been shown improvement. We're gonna line you up. But see, if you really pay attention, right, it's at those bombings when the real knowledge start dropping. That's when the real knowledge start dropping. So, I'm just telling you that, it's just, but I'm still the thing that I can't get over. Is how did a group, you didn't say one or two. He said, hold on, let's let me not put words in.
Done. I made sure that I reached out to, like I said, my intention was never to personally have this because I initiated it. I had to put my name on the paperwork initially. But like I mentioned, as soon as it was done, I made sure that I reached out to nation stakeholders around the country, men and women, and asked them to participate in the process of creating a body so that it can be transferred over in terms of ownership of a collective. And when I say ownership of a collective, that doesn't mean to transfer ownership into the names now of another person or a few people, but in the name of the entity, whether that is a corporate body, whether that's a not-for-profit or LLC, or whatever we determine is the best way to move forward. But that's not a decision for me to make. It's a decision for us as a family to come together and decide what it is that we need to do.
Okay. Going forward, this shows to those who are not about our culture that we come together and have these dialogues.
That issue that he's saying.
Okay, you going in and out. You're going in and out, okay?
See, I think right there.
Well,
Good question too.
a lot of times, like, we're asking, we're just making understood that we have these dialogues in our family. And we are the most watched culture and universe and people walking this planet. Because everybody wants to know what the gods are doing, what the earths are doing, what the nation is doing, or we lost 5%, or we Nation of Gods, and they try to do all they can to separate and things of that nature. So we have to have these dialogues so we can stay on one accord. The questions that are being asked here are to be asked for clarity, so we can correct errors going forward. Not to basically show up our brother or to grandstand for others. The reality of it is we have moved into a position now where we need to make decisions. We need to make decisions. Some decisions are hard decisions, and sometimes the hardest decision is the one that's needed to be made the most. You put us in a position where we have a conversation about something that people have spoken about behind the scenes, but also too, in the process of speaking about it, is how we were going to utilize this trademark and how we were going to help give another stream of income to a law school, and then also to a stream of income to programs that we use universally for Children's Day in Medina, or whatever program that we have. So at this point, these are the things that we're asking. And I know that there'll be more information behind the scenes on the call on Thursday. And those who are in the know of the call on Thursday or want to be involved in the call on Thursday, only the just and true, those who are in good standing and in great character will be on that phone call. Not just anybody will be there just to be there. We've went back and forth a few times about ideas of how the trademark represents us. In your words, how do you feel that the trademark represents us?
Like I said initially, it symbolizes our identity in the world. When people see the universal flag, they see a nation of people that are connected to it. Unfortunately, because our universal flag is in the public domain, the public had control over defining that cultural connection to the people. And we had no authority or no power to change that at all. Now we are actually in a position to control that narrative, which is vitally important. You know, when you think about our nation in the earlier days, our universal flag wasn't in the public domain like that because we were more closer knit. You know, it was more of a communal type of relationship that we had with one another, and in order for you to get a universal flag, you had to earn it.
Right.
You know, only in time did the merchandising start to happen in terms of our universal flag being more open to the public. Now we are in an era, in a digital age, where people are investing almost 8 hours a day in a digital world on their cell phones. And that has exposed us as a nation beyond when we've ever been exposed. It's also made us much more vulnerable in terms of having control over our narrative and how we're represented in the public. And that's only going to grow and expand. And if we didn't take this initiative to put ourselves in a position to protect that narrative now, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it's no telling how we will be depicted in the public eye. And at least now we have the legal authority to be able to protect ourselves, where people can't just say and do whatever they want about us, and we have no power to even engage with. Now, people don't have the right to do that. They never had the right to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're now just in a more powerful position to protect ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the basis of why I even took this initiative.
Hold on for a second.
For us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. With the trademark part, and I know it seemed like, you know what I'm saying, it's beating this horse, we're beating this horse, but understanding how important this decision is for us as a whole. when, not to go into details of the call that we was on the other day, but what was your take from the individuals that you reached out to prior to the call, and what is the response that you're getting universally since you've done the trademark?
Okay. Well, the calls that I did attend, they weren't calls that I organized or set up myself. They were calls that I was invited to participate in to offer more clarity and to get some insight from some of my brothers in terms of things that, they saw immediately that we need to do, and I would say the overall response has been positive because, like I said, I don't think none of us would say that our identity in the public domain is not important. I don't think nobody would say, nah, people can say and do whatever they want, I don't care, but how we protect that identity is the question that I strive to answer for us. And the response that I've been getting from our elders, especially from the young who understand, the time period that we're in, has been positive because they realize that this is something that they have a collective ownership of. That this is not just me doing something singularly and it's just about me and no. They see how they can add knowledge onto the site. And they're also sharing input on, man, this is important. Like I was building with Minister Freedom, and he's going to be, on the family call as well. And over the last...
Let's back this bus up. Listen, see, I told y'all people, CIOs when they call it, I used tossing you under the bus. Name dropping.
Last years where he established the 5% connection, he's been collecting a lot of data. So more than many of us, he definitely knows the impact of the different keywords that people are looking up in terms of striving to find us and searching for us. He has all of that type of data, so he's a very important key, just like all of us are important keys in terms of making this happen because, as a younger God and some of the other younger 5%ers that he's connected to.
Wait, now it's all of us? Say, we gotta chill with the high comedy, man. You gotta chill with the high comedy.
They're going to be ambassadors to lead us forward into the future.
You hear that? Ambassadors.
We need to make sure that they're protected.
You hear that?
It's happening because, as a younger God and some of the other younger
God
that he's connected
to, in your 40s.
They're going to be ambassadors to lead us forward into the future. And we need to make sure that they're protected, and making sure that they're protected, this is just part of it, the points that we made. And, I think moving forward, people are going to see a lot more collective working responsibility and cooperative economics in terms of us moving as a unit. And
moving as a unit.
We're now in a much more secure position in terms of how exposed that we've been and vulnerable we've been when it comes to protecting who we actually are.
Okay. And again, shout out to my brother, Minister Freedom. 5% Connection is definitely building, and it's a great source for information.
Yes, Minister Freedom is allowed to use it too, I suppose.
And they have a lot of great bills on there. Now, with that being said, are you looking to help guide these young brothers with the information that you have and that you've been bestowed with as far as this trademarking and how to trademark? Because a lot of us have these different entities. Like we have the Real to Real, he has 5% Connection. And learning how to trademark different programming and things of that nature. would all that fall up under the same trademark banner?
Yeah, so that's a two-way street because I'm teaching, but I'm also learning because there's certain areas of expertise. Like KY is, he's a DJ. I've never DJed before. You know, you have your own area of expertise, so your mind lightened when it comes to that. When it comes to maybe specific things that I know, and I'm someone else's enlightenment. Right. And that's what got us of age, you know. So brothers like Minister Freedom, I just met a brother earlier this week through Latif named True Light, and his background is dealing with cybersecurity and regulatory boards. Right. So he was dealing with me about a lot of things that's not I'm not the Lord of that world. So he's educating me on that, you know, and that's really how it's gonna happen. And how it is happening, where people are adding on their various different areas of expertise.
See, I heard that. He's not the Lord of that world. He's the Lord and Master of this world.
Expertise. And I'm learning from them, and there's things that I've learned that I'm also sharing with others.
Right. Okay. It's imperative that we understand in the mindset that you were in this process. Here we go. Okay. We have to work on K's audio going forward. He's not in the studio. He's, K not in the studio, so he's on the road. But K, you there?
Yeah, I'm not in the studio yet, indeed. Getting back to the time, because the main thing I wanted to get across was this. When we talked about the collective, and I know I'm not trying to be fine line because we have others on here. Right now we have the 13 listeners, and I don't know if the understanding that we have of our culture. So I'm going to say it kind of openly without it being inner circle. And coming together collectively and the panel being judged, or not judged, but created. Will it be in the first home where it's managed above and abroad, or is there going to be a decision of something? You understand my meaning? Where the birthplace, the original birthplace is.
Well, that's what our brothers and sisters come together and decide. That's not something that I'm determining. I just went into Jerusalem from the devil. And now it's on us to rebuild Jerusalem in the name of peace. So I trust, brothers and sisters to come up with
what
is the best possible outcome and solution when it comes to that.
Absolutely.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He said, now it's up to y'all, because he's talking to y'all, he talking to me. He just saying it's up to y'all to rebuild Jerusalem that he just took. See, God, where do y'all find these people, man? Where Hold on. We listen to all this. It's just one little part of this I need to hear.
Definitely. Also, just want to make sure that we get this.
Well, I definitely want to add this to it, God. I want, again, giving you your flowers for and bearing that cross on your back to do what you do that you're doing, because I can see that there would be a lot of flack and slack coming your way with this because the lack of understanding. And for what we're doing here right now on is giving that stage presence for you to make the knowledge known within it, so there won't be no misunderstandings coming from you, because from your word and not on face value. Because we know a lot of face value talk can be twisted, diluted, turned in the ways that should be for the devil's. Because we bring in the truth and the light
that's the thing. We want to make sure that you have a platform where you can allow people to understand the mindset that you were in this process. Because that, in some dialogues, is in question. What was the reasoning behind you being or wanting to trademark universal flag? That's like one of the major questions. Second major question is why you didn't go to the family. Why you didn't build the family before the process started. So giving you the opportunity for people to hear it from you, not get it from this one, first-hand dialogue, first-hand conversation from you. So it's easy for a person to ask me, you built with Saladin, what did he think of this, that, and the third? I don't know Saladin's mindset that he was in when he did the process. I don't know his actual intentions because I wasn't there with you. I know what you told me, you know what I'm saying, after it was done or whatever the case may be. I know the conversation that we've had since, or what have you, but also too, a lot of people don't know the conversation that we've had. They don't know the mindset that you're in. So people are second guessing a lot of things. So at this moment, want to make sure that you give the people your intent, your mindset, your thought process, and how you're looking to move forward with all the above.
Yeah, G, I appreciate that. One thing I wanted to say too is if we weren't in this position that we're in right now, in terms of legally protecting our cultural identity, somebody could drop a Flat Earth album or put a whole series about the Flat Earth out and have our universal flag on it. And we would not have the legal authority to do nothing at all. So think about that, you know? Like we're in a position where now you can't do that now, bro.
and honestly, that individual, I'm trying to get that individual and somebody from a law school on this show so we can have this dialogue with him, because this is something that we need to talk about as well. This his mindset. But
yeah, and that's what.
You know, when I heard that, I was like, see, you trying to win us over now. You trying to bring, you scapegoating them. You big leaguing them right now. You scapegoating them. Like, hold on, wait. Look what he did. Woo. This stuff is never ending, man. This is everlasting.
We got to make sure that we control our narrative legally. You know what I mean? That people can't just say and continue to do whatever they want with our universal flag on it. You know?
right. And I understand, so representation is major, more so now than ever, because we're living in a video and visual and audio world. We're living in media, all forms of media. So whatever being seen or how it's being presented is what people think that you are. Right? So in this process of that, how would this trademark represent our culture in the best light?
Well, I think many of us are already representing the culture in the best light because we're doing a lot of different things. You know, you have this platform, like I spoke about, Big George and Brown, and him creating 7 on Demand, which is our exclusive network of content that represents our culture. You know, we have, Earths that are doing various different things, who are licensed doulas, and they have businesses in that regard. We have people in the fashion industry. We have many different people who are doing many different amazing things.
Sayana, you better not be on the list. You better not be Listen, shout out to Cyan. But you know, she do that doula stuff. I don't know if that's what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? But nah, Cyan is true living. That's our sister. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to figure out this list, man.
To properly represent this culture. The problem is, because our universal flag was public domain, it gives anybody the right to utilize it, and we have no legal authority to do anything about it. Whether that's write a book and have Clarence 13X on that book and disrespect our father's name like that, there's nothing we can do. We could have done about that. Now we can. You know? So I think it's really just about, just coming together for one common cause and pooling our resources and recognizing that we are now in a day and time where what we represent, it has been expanded globally to the point where it's never been before. And we have to be in a responsible position in regards to how we're depicted publicly. So for example, you saw me and I was in the Enslaved docuseries with Samuel L. Jackson. I'm wearing my universal flag. You know what I'm saying? I was just on a Zoom panel discussion at the United Nations, and I'm using my universal flag next month to celebrate the acknowledgement of the transatlantic slave trade. The United Nations, they came here to my city and did an entire video feature about me that they're going to be sharing globally in regards to knowledge of self and things that I do in my community.
Right.
And then additionally, at the end of the month, I'm going to be meeting with the production team because I'm going to be the new host of a series that's on Canadian television called The Nature of Things that was started by David Suzuki. It's been on television for 60 years. It's the longest running television program on Canadian television, and they just brought me in to be a host. And
congratulations.
I'm my universal flag, and I'm coming in the name of Saladin Allah. Not John, not David, not none of that. Saladin Allah. And I get a chance to write when it comes to being a host. So I'm going to make sure that I have mathematics in that. So I'm just one of many of us who are pushing this culture forward with creating platforms and opportunities for people to be exposed to who we actually are. It's just important that we make sure that we control the narrative connected to us.
Off the top, I want to say congratulations about the TV show. That's major. And I will say, when I saw you on Enslaved, I was excited. I think I sat there and I went live and videoed it and shared it on all social media, because when you're out in the public, we all represent each other out in the public. But to see the great things that you are doing globally in the name of Allah, wearing universal flag in the name of Allah, building and adding on. And also too, I can say there's individuals that's in my area that want this knowledge, and they reached out to you and you sent them to me. So you are a vessel that is actually being used to manifest Allah's moral manifest, and on various different levels. So I applaud you for that. I really do, and I want everybody to hear that. I applaud you for the works that you're putting in.
I appreciate that.
And I also, at this time, I really appreciate you coming on and giving us the opportunity to gain a better understanding of how you were moving with your trademark, or with the trademark, as I like to say, and not your trademark, with the trademark. And this is just a corner of the 90-degree angle that we're going to deal with today, as far as with this trademark. And I want to thank you for coming on Real to Real 360 and building with us and giving us the opportunity to build with you and bring this to the forefront. You know what I mean? Because last few days has been crazy. A lot of people have a lot of questions. And I'm like, I'm not Saladin Allah.
God, you know you home. You know you home.
Yeah, you definitely home. But I'm like, they asking me like, yo, what's on Saladin's mind? I'm not Saladin. So we had already scheduled this prior to this conversation. So this just shifted the conversation to something totally different. But this was already scheduled, and I welcome you back on. Peace to the God. Peace to the God. Natural understanding, peace, Lord. I just want to, you know what I'm saying, give you the opportunity to say, you know what I mean, to tell you that, you know, you always have a home here. And regardless of whom or what or whatever the case may be, we're always able to build through. Because in the words of our big brothers, build this build. And we make sure, peace, earth, peace, by earth, Keela's in the building. And we always support each other when we're moving in the right direction. Peace. We got all the gods and earths checking in right now. Want to say thank you for this time.
We got a lot of people, God, listening. Indeed.
Yeah, it's a lot of people chiming in, and it's a beautiful thing. And just to have this type of dialogue in a format that we have it. Yes, we do have outside people, and I'm not a component of taking our business outside of our house. You know what I mean? I'm not a big component with dealing with taking our business outside. But this right here, this is our house. Really Real 360 is our house. You know what I mean? So you're welcome to come in, but make sure that you wipe your feet before you sit down. You know, but I want to thank you for coming on, God. I really appreciate the time that we have with you on here. And after the show is over, if you don't mind, just staying for like 5 more minutes so we can build on.
So yeah, we got into a little more listening. And everything. But look, I'm still I'm at point B. I mean point A. You know, I understand there's a lot more urgent matters going on. But I need to know who's on that list, and I'm telling you, man. I need to know, listen, if certain people made the list and I didn't, see, for all y'all new people that's coming in, the operative part of this was he said that after he did this, we listened to it, you know what I'm saying, it's a little ways back now, we can't, you know, I ain't gonna look for it right now. But he said after he did it, he contacted a group of stakeholders across the nation, men and women. And you know, all the goddesses, press mute right now. Press mute. Y'all don't want to hear this. But I need to know who is in this group of women that are national stakeholders while I am not. I'm telling you, son. If I see the list and this is somebody we gonna have to run the fade, man. Somebody that's a little bit crazy. But y'all heard a little bit more of his plans, you know what I'm saying, and all of the things that he's preparing to do, right? You know, very little of it involved teaching. Not this science. You know, you was talking about going to the UN and saying whatever you were saying and including this with it. Which is positive. But I don't know why you needed to do all of that to do it, unless you trying to make some money, because half of the stuff he said don't have nothing to do. Like, people calling the law clearance, that don't got nothing to do with no trade market. Like, all the different stuff that he's saying, I don't, so that's another thing. But, for me, look, people keep asking me, what are we going to do, listen, guy, to me, this shit is like the Easter Bunny. Like, it's a lot of people talking about it. You see pictures of it and everything, but it's not real, it's make-believe. But I don't know how y'all can live. I can't, listen, I need to know who's on the list. Because I'm saying, look, I'm here to law school. Listen, there's a whole bunch of brothers here that ain't made the list. I don't know, I keep asking y'all, was there another meeting? Was there another meeting that I wasn't aware of? That y'all made some decisions about me? Nah, I don't think what he did is a good idea at all. I don't think what he did is a good idea at all. Because I just don't, it's just one of them things where, like, look, I'm going from here to Brooklyn, right? This is where I'm traveling, right? I don't need to take a detour through Jersey. Like, why I'm going to Jersey for? I don't get it. Why is you the list is Masonic? the list is listen, Rob Boy, man, we gotta do it, man. Because Rob Boy, I can't understand how there's a whole list of people that's stakeholders and I'm not on it. I know it's petty. But I'm saying, let me see the list, though. I know it's petty, but I'm saying, I woke up this morning like, yo, son, who the fuck is on that list? Like, who are the people that you decided, right, is the best knowers? And what do they say? Like, I'm saying, if you came to me, right, and said some shit like that, I'd tell you, first of all, I don't know why you just told me that and included me in your bullshit. I don't know why you just told me that. Why'd you... See, you clearly trying to wind me up. Like, if you're going to do some crimes, don't tell me. I don't need to be a part of your conspiracy. You understand what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I know the group of individuals that we dealing with. So I'm not about to, no. You see, if we don't even know who these people are, like, look, it was a time, right, when, look, things used to happen, and, Dumar, Umla, Khalid, with certain brothers that they handled the business. Sabu, all of them, you would see them. If somebody came, you know, and they was talking, you know, the young guys, you know, we observed from afar. And so, like I said, it's perfectly understandable why they was the ones handling the business. But now, from the very jump, the person who initiated, we don't know even why you initiated. Yeah, word is born. My number got called when I was a teenager. I think I told y'all this story on here before. Some people came to the rally with some serious business. Like, it was all it was like this when they came in, and the way they came in, and the way the whole reaction to it was, you know what I'm saying? It was like some serious business, G. You know what I'm saying? I still was a young guy. So, you know, I'm out in the hallway. Whatever happened, they ended up in the gymnasium. Right? They come in, everybody's in the hallway for a minute, like you could just hear like just the bustling and everything. So they go into the gymnasium. Right? So, you know, I'm in the hallway. Right? Anybody who been to the rally, you know, you got the hallway right here, the gymnasium right here. So I'm in the hallway trying to play fly on the wall, you know what I'm saying? Acting like I'm minding my business, but I'm trying to peek through the glass of the door to see what's going on and shit. And as I'm peeping through the glass, I'm looking through the glass for whatever reason, I didn't see him coming. Dumar just popped the door open. He pops the door open, he sticks his head out, and he's looking, you know what I'm saying? He's looking around. I don't know what he's looking for, but it's one of the moments like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker caught me over here. But then he's looking around like this, right? And then he looked at me and he said, what you doing out here? You coming in or what? Am I coming in? Pardon me? Am I coming in? Of course I'm coming in. See, that's the first time. You understand what I mean? I remember, like, it was some other things. I remember one of the fires we had. It was an all-God rally. Couple that's, you know, start being all-God rallies, and you start getting a call. You know what I'm saying? It was a time, say, all-God rally, yeah, they had that last night, and this is what, you know what I'm saying? But it came a point where you getting a call. Yeah, we having an all-God rally tomorrow. I'm still checking my texts and my emails, son. See, Encyclopedia Brown said he's one of the accepted, he's one of the free and accepted of the right of the noblemen of the 5%. Is that Scottish rights or British rights? You got the blue book or the red book? You got the blue book or the red book? Listen, Wise Prince, I know exactly where you at. Wise Prince said, like I was telling the guy when I was born, Saladin was an important part of me getting this knowledge. Who's next? Supreme understanding. Shaking my head is not a good time for the dudes that inspired me. Yo, listen, it be like that. Like, remember I told y'all the story of the brother that, you know, we used to all, you know what I'm saying, we used to be me, Allah Rajim, him, there was another brother. What was that brother's name? Something with an S and shit. But he was real on point in terms of his lessons and shit. You know what I'm saying? Born Savior, that's down south now, that be teaching the martial arts. He used to be with us. You know what I'm saying? When we saw us be together. You know what I'm saying? Allah Kwan, Darkim, Aku that be coming on here. You know what I'm saying? We always used to be together back in the days. And one day, we was talking, however the conversation came up about food, right? And he says, yeah, you know, put smoked turkey in your vegetables because it tastes like ham hocks. So when he said that, you know, I'm looking at him and I'm wondering, why would I want my food to taste like pig? He totally threw me off with that shit. Like, you know, why would I want my food to taste like pig? I can't, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, eventually, you know what I'm saying? I saw Allah Rajin one day, and he said, yeah, he went in the mosque. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the last time I seen her was when the store was directly across the street from the school. And he walked down with somebody I didn't know, and he stopped, you know what I'm saying? He said peace and everything, but of course he never came across the street to where the school was at. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've been, you know, and I'm saying like that was one of them things where it was like, yo, you know, I was still shocked, but you know, looking back, that was the first sign that he was gonna fall victim. You know, that you still, you know, or really, it probably was the first sign that he never really, you know what I'm saying, understood what he was dealing with over here. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was around from the 60s. But yeah, some people that I see, or look, like I told you, the last person that I asked, now that was the last. I still asked. I had another one, but it was like if the last question that I asked, you know what I'm saying, was I just came out like, yo, man, what is the understanding? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not coming up with nothing but a wisdom understanding degree in the 140. Then the guy said, yeah, he wisdom his understanding to them. And when he said it was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that was the last time I asked really a question like that, because I had it down pat. But with understanding, I recall when I got to the 140, we on the peon report until we get until we peons, huh? Is the peon report here to stay? You asking the wrong person. When our Lord and Master bestows us with a higher rank, then we'll have that. In the meantime, in the meantime, you just be a good. If you're trying to make it into heaven, you're trying to make it on the mothership. Worry about it out there, you gotta worry about it right here. But understanding, he was the person that I asked. Why does it say 15,019 years ago in the 114 and 15,020 years ago in the 140? You know what I'm saying? And you know, this is back in the days where, you know, God breaks out, we the lunchroom. God breaks out a pen and paper, draws it all up for me. Boo, 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 boo. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, two things happen after that. He was one of the brothers, right, too. Another thing about understanding is I used to be on it like that. Like, I would come up to you, right, if you knew more degrees than me, and I would quote the part of the degree that I knew, and then I would ask you, what's the rest? So a lot of my lessons I learned mouth to ear like that. Especially because I told you, my brother E. Kim, we neck and neck. We neck and neck. You know what I'm saying? We learning 120 degree for degree, and it's like a competition. So I might come outside, and he passed me in the competition. But see, I can't let him go home. I can't. We not going home with him ahead of me. So I'm gonna learn the other shit, mouth to ear, and by the time we leave, I'm gonna be either neck for neck with him or ahead of him. You understand what I'm saying? And understanding was one of those brothers that I would go up to, and I would say, boom, I know this part, and he would say the other part. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I recall we built on the knowledge out of cipher degree. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it was the day, you know, that was the thing. And then I seen him again, and I asked him something about the knowledge degree. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, I'm not on that degree yet. And that, I mean, it might be anticlimactic to y'all, but to me, that like rocked my mind and shit. I thought this nigga knew everything. I thought he had 120, you know. But slowly after that, it started being more brothers that it was like, yo, I thought you knew 120. But after that point, I started passing a lot of brothers in the degrees, you know what I'm saying? And then shortly after that, understanding went to jail, read the Bible, and converted to Christianity. You know, that was disappointing. You know what I'm saying? When I saw Divine Zonteef, and he was off point. You know what I'm saying? With, you know, because, you know, like I said, when I'm getting now, we like, y'all be talking about the young guys. God, listen, we should play Nintendo, guy. we should be playing Nintendo, guy. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Divine Zonteef, he was one of the, you know, older brothers there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just on the math and the alphabet, he was 1 to 14, 1 to 40. You know what I'm saying? So he was somebody that, you know, I looked up to too. And saw him one day, you know, he was off point. I said, yo, listen, God, this, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Happens, man. Watch, Chris. You on the list too? Listen, if you on the list, man, you gotta put in a good word for the rest of us, man. I don't know how we get up there. Luke Cage said, why you not on the list? I think it's because he knew what your reaction would be. Possible. But, you know, you gotta holler at us, man. Like on that paper, I read it yesterday. Here it goes right here. I don't know if you was here yesterday when I read it. It says, based on Allah Saladin Quana, the 7 trademark is used in the following business: 5% Nation educational services, namely instruction, classes, seminars, conferences, workshops, and training in the field of cultural instruction, economics, history, health, religion, and politics, and distribution of course material in connection therewith. Community youth outreach services, namely conducting youth educational programs in the field of self-expression. Very tricky word right there. Very tricky phrase. Entrepreneurship and personal development, and providing websites featuring current social commentary and online non-downloadable videos in the fields of current events, educational programs, literary works, creative arts, commerce, cultural and community initiatives, and audiovisual projects for the growth and development of youth and their families, multimedia publishing of books, magazines, journals, software, games, software applications, music, and electronic publication. Now, if you were aware that that is our national, if you was aware that that is our national, this was our national kind of, this is what we do as a nation. Type 1 in the comment box. I don't, y'all got to fill me in. Where's the other plus degrees? Where's the plus degrees on religion and politics? I didn't get those ones. I must have cut school that day. Here, this is the right there that I'm posting the link. That right there is the link to this is public information right here, where you could go to the site and see the registration for yourself. But see, guys, listen, I'm going to tell you another thing about that, Wise. See, that's why it says, each and every day, each and every way, right? I'm going to show and prove and teach the righteous way. It's fucked up. I guess you could say,
Peace,
yeah.
Almighty. It's good to see you, Almighty.
Peace. You can know your degrees every day for the whole year. That's not gonna count on the day you don't know it. We not gonna look at it like, oh well, the guy he knew it yesterday. Right? That's what I'm saying. But look, he could have a good reason that he put religion there. I'm not even jumping to the conclusion, but I'm just saying that, gee, you gotta highlight us before you write that down on the paper about us, man. You, come on, man. We under a different impression over here, man. I just don't see, to me, God, listen, that was a vote of no confidence. Don't talk we now, son. Don't say we. When the reality is, God, you didn't think that we was wise enough to make the right decision here. So all this shit you talking about expediency, how the fuck is expediency an issue in something that take a year to do? Maybe. I guess I'll be a bad character. I'll be one of the bad characters in the video games that he's making. That's it. That's good. Listen, give me something, man. Goddamn, I just got a fucking meme. I got a fucking meme. What the fuck? I don't get it. How many 5% got their own meme? Just on the strength of that. Carmen's mom said the trademark should look mad FUBU. Hey, look, that's where it's at. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's Now, actually, just one. What we speaking about is, I'm I know I'm being petty, but it's just getting too far under my skin that I'm not a stakeholder. I can't take it. I need, listen, just when I'm at the level where if I see the list and there's certain people on the list and I'm not, somebody's gonna have to run the fade with me. You can get anybody you want. You can get professional UFC guy. I'm just telling you, I'm gonna have some things I need to get off my chest if I see certain names on that list while I am not. Just real quick, like, look, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. But this is, look, we got 71 people in this room. None of us are stakeholders. How the fuck is that? How the Kanye, you a stakeholder?
Say that again?
You a stakeholder?
Yeah. I am.
You was on the call. They called you?
Say that again?
They called you?
Who called me?
About the trademark.
No. 20 people called me about that. Get off that jack and come do it.
See, you ain't no stakeholder.
No, listen.
You think you a stakeholder?
I'm a stakeholder. I got called.
You got called?
Yeah, so get off the phone so we can talk about it.
we found a stakeholder, y'all.
Get off the phone.
We can listen, we coming.
Okay.
Look at that. So now I think I'm gonna get down now. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. I don't know. This could be the last day. This could be the last day of the peon report. This could be the last day of the peon report. We'll have to see. You know what I'm saying? We gotta see, man. But you know, it's at that junction, man. You know, I just meant to come on for a minute. I just had to express that. You know what I'm saying? I had to just find out. And look, it was perfect. I found a stakeholder. So now we can see. You know, let me see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But you know, this one right here, I guess this is more of just a. This is more of a random jewels. You know, this I don't know if we want to take this all the way. You know, we you know. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna take it down and go see what this stakeholding is about. You know what I'm saying? As well as I got some things I gotta handle. Anybody that, if you on Clubhouse, the guy IB is on there having an excellent room right now too. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you know we gotta go out with the music. That's how we do. You know what I'm saying? Great show. You know. All I can tell you is that until I become a stakeholder,
you ain't got fucking you ain't got Darkim here to save you now, bitch. Shut up.
you see what I'm saying? So you know, we're gonna give a shout out. Each one teach one, hit the like button, and we're signing off from the G building.